What's up, guys? It's Eventon here. I've been getting a little stuck recently. I just had a super busy weekend and I didn't have a ton of time to play or to make videos. So I've been kind of stuck on what videos to make next. I would love to get your guys' feedback, so if you guys can throw that down in the comment section below of like what kind of content, whether it's educational or just informative, that you guys want to find out. So I got a bit stuck, so I figured I was like, I'll just head over to Niarja. I've actually been through here quite a few times in a Sunesis or some sub 2 second align ship. I've actually been through here on a DST or deep space transport a handful of times, mainly because I had my alt here just waiting, and I would usually wait for, if there's less than 2 ships around, I would usually take my DST through. But as you can see here, we're looking at the Kaputanen gate here in Niarja, and it's pretty heavily camped. I believe there's anywhere between like 11 to 15 ships here. This is actually a pretty heavy camp. Usually there's about 5 to 6, and again, the biggest threat is usually the Triglavians, which I'm surprised still a lot of people are just throwing their ship into here for whatever reason. You can even see in local chat, you know, people are throwing, you know, Hecates in here. People are throwing Charon actually died not too long ago. Luckily it was empty, but still, like, people are just throwing tons of ships in here. Surprisingly, not everyone's linking the kills here in local. There's going to be way more available in the Z kill board that you can just look up here in Niarja. But I wanted to just really quick just let you guys know, obviously this place is just simply not safe. So unless you're flying something that has a sub 2 second align, even cloaks aren't safe with like blockade runners. There used to be a whole bunch of wrecks here. So I mean, if you just get a bad spawn and you end up near a wreck, there's a very high likelihood you could just not be able to recloak and die for the most part. So I'm actually here in my Sunesis. It just has like a very basic cloak. I do have a couple perch points that I have throughout the system. And so this is the Kaputanen gate. I'll go ahead and show you guys the other perch that I have. I just call it Mad Perch, just short for wherever the other gate is. Mattermeiler, I have no idea how to pronounce that. But as we're heading over there, you can just see that the vast amount of anomalies and Sancha dens and things like that that's happening in Niarja for the most part. And it's just blowing my mind the amount of people that are still just throwing their ships through here, either on autopilot or they just don't have any kind of cloaking or some fast align capabilities. And on top of that, not even be aligned with the Triglavians. So, I mean, occasionally I have noticed over the last, I would say like 2 or 3 days watching these gate camps pretty closely. There are times throughout the day, it's not like scheduled or anything like that, but there are times throughout the day where sometimes the gates, especially the Kaputanen one, will just be completely either unattended, or there's only like 1 or 2 frigates just hanging around there, and I think they're just there to loot wrecks, not even to try and really scram you or anything like that. And it's really surprising me that people are again just throwing their ships against this. And so there actually are times throughout the day that you can get through here relatively safely, even if you're not in a like a cloaky ship, but you have to use a scout. Or I'm actually going to put a link below. There's actually a really cool user. He has a few different alt accounts. It's called I believe it's called Gank Watch. I'll go ahead and link his Twitch down in the description, but he has his Twitch stream on, and he has his alts all looking at different gates that tend to have a lot of gate camps. So it's usually like Tama or Udama, or in this case like Niarja has of course a ton of ganks happening. And so he has those kind of cameras set up for haulers or anyone that wishes to go through there, just so you can see how dangerous this location is. So as you can see, this is actually like a typical camp that happens here. Once in a great while you'll get some like logistics, and you'll get some like EOS that are sensor boosting all the ships in the area. Occasionally you'll get a few dictors like a broadsword or a Phobos here that'll just infinitely lock you. So if you don't have a ship that can warp away or just get away very quickly, it is very risky. So it's always good to scout ahead to see what's on the gate and like what's the biggest threat. So but as it's seen in the title, I wanted to show you guys one quick thing here, because there actually is a safe way to go from Amarr to Jita that not a lot of people know of. I'm actually going to pull it up right now, and I'm actually going to do it while I head there. is, so this is Niarja, obviously, and most of the people, so they're only camping this gate that's heading from, I'm just going to call it Mad, from Mad to Niarja, which absolutely blows my mind. But this other gate from Bahram, gosh, these names, I just cannot get them. Regardless, it's completely unattended, I've noticed. Oh, I probably need to decloak first. And that they're just like completely unattended, this route here. So if you're coming from Amarr, and if you have a sub 2 second alliance ship, you should be safe. But if you don't, if you're flying like a DST or even a blockade run and you're nervous you're going to land on a wreck or something like that, it literally only costs one more jump to go here, then there, and then up to Niarja, and then you're going to land at a completely different angle. And as you can see here, we're actually on the gate. Where is the gate? Yeah, here's the gate right here, and there's nobody here. There's literally only the disintegrator turrets, and there's nobody camping this gate. There's not even Triglavians here. So if you're heading from Amarr to Jita, there's absolutely no reason you should be taking the Mad Gate. You should be just taking this gate. It costs one more jump. To be honest, occasionally I do very rarely see on the other side of this gate a test alliance like frigate, usually just kind of scouting. But even if you did go through that gate and go through here, I just don't see how they're able to react in time to get there. So this is my advice to you guys. So, I mean, from Jita to Amarr, it is going to be a headache, and you do have to watch the gate, send a scout, watch that stream I told you about, whatever it takes, just to make sure you're not going through that gate on the other side of 12 to 15 ships. But if that is clear and you do end up in Amarr and you do station trading or item flipping, whatever it is that you do, take that gate because it's infinitely safer. And even just me just making this video, I've even mentioned it a handful of times in the, this is my small Sinesis there. I've even mentioned a handful of times in the haulers chat, so I think it's only a matter of time before they figure out that a lot of people are taking that side gate for safety, and they might start camping it, but already I've noticed the camps are starting to get a bit smaller and a bit more infrequent, so I'm not sure if they're getting bored or they just want to do something else. But there are still camps there, but just not as many as there were before. So again, these kind of camps, I wouldn't say they're not unusual, but it's just not common for the most part. So yeah, mainly wanted to show you guys that secret passage basically to get through Niarja from Amarr to Jita for the most part. But most more importantly, just show you guys what Niarja is looking like right now, because I think a lot of people are just autopiloting in there and just hoping for the best, or they just completely forget and not notice, or they just think, well, it's been a week or two, Niarja is probably not getting camped as much as it was before, I'll just fly through there. But as you can see here, that is simply not the case. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I would love for you guys to at least put something down in the comments for some new content. There are some things I do have a lot of knowledge about that I have tried, but there are some things that I just don't, and I'll let you know down in the comments. And I've done a pretty good job of interacting with everyone that does reply to my videos. So don't forget to tell your friends, subscribe, and fly safe, of course.